Hello, everybody. Welcome to ZealZaddy. We have an exciting night ahead of us tonight. We have some new players, some new things going on that haven't happened in a while. And I know we missed a few weeks, but in the interim, we've kind of refurbished stuff and got things prepped for all this new stuff and ready to go. I'm Scott Coventry. I'm the host of Elixia. This is our D&D 5e campaign. It is a homebrew world full of dreams and mysteries and occasionally death. This is Season 2, Episode 13, titled A Welcome Embrace. And of course, who doesn't love a welcoming embrace? From someone named Char, maybe. So we have new players, but before they go to that, I want you to know that we're pushing for 2,000 followers on Twitter. So if you get a chance, go over there. I'm looking for followers, and there's a giveaway that when I hit 2,000, I'm giving away some killer dice, metal chroma gesture dice, a STEM toy it's the stupidest, funniest thing, but it's for making things out of spaghetti. It's so cool and funny, I couldn't not give one away. And then a gift card to either Drive-Thru or DM's Guild, your choice, whichever one you want. Well, let's get on to the most important thing of the whole night anyway, which is introduction of all the new players and two of the old players. So let me bring them on and let them say hi. Hello, everybody. You're old. But not Tiffany. She's not old. All right. So let's start with the new players. Let's let them say hi first. So let's start with the blue lips of Natalie. Yeah, say hi. So, talk about yourself.
Hello, my name is Natalie Chenard. You can find me on the interwebs with Ghost Candle, most places, where you'll see me do art. I do like D&D and tabletop themed emotes at least once a week, just for fun. And yeah, I'm a pretty fresh player. This is my premiere to streaming tabletop. So awesome. I'm super excited that this is with this group. And I guess, do I talk about my character yet? Or
talk about it. You can. Yeah? Well, you know what? You're right. Maybe not tonight. Let's save that for in-game intros. So let's go to Blake then. Let's go to Blake next. Thank you.
Everybody, my name is Blake Francis. Don't do too much online. You can find me usually mess around on Underground Oracle's Discord. Love their stuff. But otherwise, do like to write some poetry. You can find me in some little independent magazines if that's your thing. But yeah, this is my second live stream. I let you support with Sky Society, which is awesome. Check him out. But first time I'm doing it in a while, so excited to get to play with this group. So yeah, looking forward to it.
Well, Jess shouted you out and said that you were an awesome player, and she was super excited for you. Jess of Underground Oracle Publishing, who is an awesome person herself, and so is Keith. I don't want to count Keith out. So they're both amazing people, and they make awesome product. I'm a patron. I know Morgan's a patron. In fact, Morgan, I think you're actually a partner with them, right?
I am a partner with them.
We'll get to that in a minute.
Amazing people.
Yeah, talk about it when we get to it. Let's hop over to Jazz. Give her 10 minutes of fame.
Oh my God, do I have to talk for 10 minutes?
No.
I only have 1 minute.
I'm Jazz Brown. Nice to meet you. You can find me pretty much anywhere at Underscoria. I don't do anything professional. Just I write. I play D&D. I advocate for mental illness. I post my poetry sometimes. I draw sometimes. That's about it.
That's it? All right, hold on. I got to turn off that cap spamming thing in Moobot. I keep forgetting to do it. And every week it catches somebody who wants to just shout out something cool. All right, let's go to our returning players, let's go with Morgan right now.
Why you got to do me?
Because I'm wearing your shirt. This is your Mind Flayed Mondays shirt.
What's up, travelers? I am Morgan with Mind Flayed Mondays. We do a lot of things. I'm the founder of Mind Flayed Mondays. The biggest thing we do is we work with people who want to run games but don't have somebody to run it for them. We have paid dungeon masters who will sit down and run a game for you. check us out at mindplaymondays.com. We also, as Scott pointed out, have T-shirts that you can buy on Amazon. I also have content on the DMs Guild, as well as a podcast that right now we're on a little bit of a break, but we're actually going to be coming back with another special one-shot run by History Kylie. She's awesome, and she's going to be running a one-shot called for Monster of the Week. So we're going to be doing a special Winter Monster of the Week episode. So that'll be fun for our podcast. In-game, I am Vesryn Madrick of House Magic. He is a wood elf wizard of noble lineage, and as always, he just wants to leave the world a better place than how he found it. So that's really it. You can find me at Mindflayed Mondays on all social media except Twitter. On Twitter, it's at MindflayedMon. So, and I'll shut up now.
All right. Tiffany, you're up.
Hi, I'm Tiffany. I play Cerridwen Sagewynd in this campaign. She goes by Dwen. She's our bard, and she was introduced into the game as an individual who is an anthropologist and historian, and was brought on to help uncover the mysteries of Elixia, and now her current goal is to try to find her long-lost son. And as for myself, I run my own campaign called Dungeon Damsels. It's a all-female campaign except for one, because I couldn't say no to my husband, who loves D&D too much. And we have our own main campaign, but I also do some like multi-shots off to the side where if I want to explore a theme. For example, we just finished our Halloween multi-shot because Halloween is every time of the year for me. And in that multi-shot, it's underwater because I wanted to explore underwater races, whether we're kind of relevant underwater, and also horror. So in the first arc, we cover like monster movie arc. Second arc is like survival horror, and then the third and final arc is cosmic horror. So I just released the first part of the second arc.
Nice.
And you can find that on YouTube.
Yeah, that dropped like an hour ago, right?
Yep.
Yeah, I saw it on my thing. Like it came up an hour ago. I'm like, wow, she's really busy right before the game. It's cool. And Dungeon Damsels, if you don't watch it, you should go watch it. It's awesome. Although it's very long, so you got to start on the first one, and you just have to make sure you watch them. They put out a lot.
You're like looking for a long-time commitment. This is the place to go.
Yes, it is. It's good, and they're fun. And Michael plays a great woman.
He does. He does do a great Ellie.
Which I love.
Yeah, he's very good at that.
All right, so this is the first night for 3 players, and we're going to start in a little bit of a different fashion. I'm going to start with some of the new players. Oh, you know what? We need a recap before I get started. And the only 2 here that can do it are Tiffany and Morgan. So let me bring up my notes from that last session.
Yeah, I have mine.
And I'll help you out.
So if I remember correctly, we were in Wise, and we heard about Safia, who's another demon in the area, and we decided that we were just gonna nip this in the bud and just murder her. So we tried to get to her house, and we run into the Shandao, who was he spoke to Morkent earlier. He's trying to locate his friend who is the Exapania, which we spoke to earlier, and he's been watching Safia's house, and while we're talking to him, I believe blah blah blah.
She tried to set the house on fire. But I do want to say, to be fair, we were only going to recon at first. We weren't trying to murder her outright.
Yeah,
we were trying to learn who our enemy was.
Yeah. And anyway, it ended up being combat, and we go to the house, and we battle her and her gargoyle, I believe, on the outside, and then she basically lures us inside because we can hear people dying on the inside. So we're like, well, we can't ignore that. So we go inside.
We sent Sol in first, right?
Yeah.
Because remember, Sol looked around, and that's how we found the bodies, and that's how we realized we needed to go in.
Yeah. So we went in and discovered there were people who were incarcerated, and who were either in various forms of like half alive and just straight dead, and so we decided that we were going to get all of them out, and had to basically defenestrate ourselves out the window, and that's kind of what happened.
And she did not. You did not end up killing her, by the way.
No, we did
No.
not.
She said something to you, yes? At the end?
She did say something to me. Did I write it down?
Because you were the only one that was able to still see her. Because when we busted out, she was on the roof, and she said something to you. I don't remember what it was.
I think she
said we should talk next time.
Oh, yes.
Yeah, good job.
New player for the win. Can we give her an
That was
inspiration
the best.
off the bat?
Oh my god,
give
that
her-
was the best.
Man.
Can I volunteer her to get inspiration just for knowing that
No.
as a new player? Come
You,
on.
you can totally earn inspiration. I'm not sure that
We'll
is.
get the first part of inspiration.
Yeah.
I
There you
can
go.
do that.
You can give it each other inspiration in party.
Please do not encourage my teacher's pet tendencies.
Now, the Shandao, I will say, for people who don't know Underground Oracle Publishing, a Shandao is a four-armed humanoid. They tend not to like to be touched, and they have sensory memories, and they're very interesting. I think they're a very, really interesting race that Underground Oracle created. And their society is interesting, but I'm not going to get into that because that may come up in-game at some point. The reason you guys were going after her, though, is because you believed she had was involved in or had burned the soul, which was the temple to Akor,
Yeah.
and that fire ended up killing everybody in the soul except the Apania himself, who was nowhere to be found. So from here, I'm going to start with Jazz tonight. I think that was a good enough recap. We got what we needed.
Oh, fun.
All right. So Jazz, you are at the foot of the tree that we mentioned. And you hear, "Come up, come up." Which, when you hear that, you know the climb is on.
I begin.
So you climb, and you get up there, and the old lady is in front of you, and she looks at you and she goes, "An errand I have for you. We need to go into town. Why? This is where we're being called. Are you ready, or do you need to gather some stuff?"
I'm ready.
Then let's go. And she says, and she disappears, and then you hear her say, come down.
Come up. And I go down.
Make me a perception roll.
Okay. First roll.
I'm on that 20.
First roll of the night.
Natural 17.
Okay, good. When she does, or whenever she does this disappearing trick, there's this effect of like a wind that whips up around her for a moment. And when it did, there was a basket whose lid flopped open. And inside it were a bunch of crow feathers and black feathers, blue feathers. And then a piece of paper flew out and drifted to the ground in front of you.
I pick it up.
You've seen it before, you think? It's she keeps it in there for some reason to keep it protected or safe or something, but you don't know what it is.
Knowing that she's waiting for me, I just kind of quickly gather the feathers and the little notes, and I tuck it back in the basket. And I
Okay.
go
When
down.
you go to put it, it kind of rolls over, and you see that on it is a list of names. That's all. Just names. All right. And then you're able to climb down. When we get to town, I'm going to do something to you to make you look different. Are you okay with that? It doesn't matter. It doesn't matter. I'm going to do it anyway. So come, let's get to town. And she starts walking, and she says, "Oh, bring that cart. We need that cart." And right next to you, there's a cart full of fruit and vegetables, and they're fresh and they look really good.
To me?
Yeah.
Sure. Okay.
And you start walking to there's no road here, so you're just following her. But you are able to find your way through. And then as you cross out of this area that has a lot of blackened ground to it, the trees look scorched. Her scorched hand is always scorched also. Is always black and kind of bent like a bird's claw. As you cross out of it, she transforms into an old woman with a little headdress. And as you cross through this veil that she was in, you transform into an old man, thin and tall. It's a weird feeling when that happens. And you basically follow her all the way into town. When you get into town, she says, "Follow me and pay attention. You need to learn to pay attention to things." And it's early morning. And these people come up, and there's about 3 or 4 of them, and they bump into the cart, and she puts an apple in their hand. "Interested in apples or vegetables?" And the group that is in front of you is an unusual group. There's a dragonborn, there's a Firbolg, big thing. You've never seen a Firbolg. There's a half elf, and then some kind of haughty elf, purple and violet, or purple and gold, I mean. And she looks at you, and she does this. "Are you interested in fruit?" And they start asking about like things like something called Cece's Cantina and Mama Bardus's bathhouse. And as you're going through this group looks almost transfixed at the fruit and the nicety of this woman. And they buy some fruit from you. And as they go, she goes, "I'm going to go back soon, and I want you to keep an eye on that group, okay? All 4 of them need to be watched. Do you think you can handle that?"
I'll do my best.
Okay, there's something additional to this. If at any time you see them with a book, I want you to find a way to steal that without them knowing. I need whatever that book is.
Okay.
And she pats you on the back. She stands up. "I trust you. I think you can handle this." And in a poof of air and flutter, she disappears. And you're standing there with a cart of fruit and vegetables.
This is conspicuous. All 4 of them? Do I still look like an old man?
You do.
Dang. Okay.
All right. So you are in town. You're an old man. You have a bunch of fruit and vegetables, and they're walking away, and they're disappearing around the corners.
I guess I will pick my cart up and just head that way.
Okay.
I'll be slow about it though. Not so slow that I can't keep them in sight, but slow enough that they don't suspect that there's anything going on.
Okay. All right. Let's hop over to the beach, where we find a woman laying in the sand, torn clothing, face down, but awakening to the sun arising, and the sound of children playing and music and singing. And Natalie, your character has trouble like just opening her eyes. Everything's blurry for a moment.
What? Oh, what was I dreaming? I begin to look around and
there's some kids coming towards you. And oddly, they're all painted. Like they have different colors of paint and pictures on them, some scary, some cute. And it's adorable, to be honest.
well, I chuckle and I start dusting the sand off. I can feel it get into the crevices there and begin to get up and...
Did you drink too much last night, lady?
Well, I do have a sailor's thirst, but I don't really remember drinking exactly. What are you children doing here?
Well, our parents are at the festival and we're playing at the beach. What's that in your hand?
Oh,
There's an oyster in your hand. A big one, like...
an oyster. Thinking I could make it into soup?
Maybe.
Do you like oyster soup?
Well, everybody likes oyster soup. You gotta eat something.
Oh, of course. Of course.
Do you even know where you are? You look kind of... What's the word? And one of the smart ones comes over. Dazed. She looks dazed. Are you dazed?
To be honest, and this is a secret between us, I have no idea where I am or how I got here.
And they all look at each other. You're on Withe.
Live. All right.
You don't know it.
Okay. Well, this is new for me.
And in the down the way on the beach, you see a man coming towards you and towards the kids. He's just kind of meandering on the beach, sort of a stroll. And he comes over to you, and the kids all kind of part for him. Are you okay?
I seem to have found myself in a strange place that I do not know.
When he leans over and puts his hand out, you can see that he has the symbol of Akor on a chain. And he helps you up, if you want up.
Yes, I take his hand and get lifted. Thank you.
Did the sea birth you?
Well, I definitely came from there, and that's what I remember is just the darkness of the ocean.
Well, we should get you somewhere where you'll be safe. I have some friends over at a temple over in town that might be able to give you some shelter or something. You look like you were washed up from a tempest or something.
It definitely feels like that, and I appreciate your help. I would love to go.
Make me a perception check.
Right. Ooh. 9. What's my perception? Oh, +6. So total 15.
Yeah, when he turns, he says, "You can follow me, kids. Can you help guide her along? We're gonna go to the lunatics." And they're like, yeah, okay. And they take your hands. I mean, they take one of them. They take your arm because you have that oyster in your hand.
Yeah.
And he goes. He starts kind of walking a little slower to walk side by side with you, and he goes, "Are you a follower of Akor or of Mava? Who do you worship as a higher power?"
Well, I believe in power of natural things, so I honor any god of the seas and the moons.
Well, that's an answer. I suppose. So I'm going to bring you to the lunatics. I have to get together with the rest of my compatriots in a little while, but I was just out for a stroll and thought I would say hi. My name is Morkant. What is yours?
Oh, Thesis.
Thesis.
Thesis Lambros.
I'll remember that name. It's interesting. So you walk for a little ways, and he doesn't really talk a whole lot. But when you get to town, you can see that it looks like the remnants of a festival, and there's a whole bunch of people that are nude, laying around in seats, painted. There's liquor like spilled everywhere, vomit, like just a mess. And there's still some people like trying to dance, but they're so under the influence that they're more like swaying and using each other as props to hold themselves up. But the morning is just sort of fading away, and their eyes are beginning to open from the sun just sort of baking into them. And there's a little building over there with beads that cover the door. And he goes, "This is where you'll be going." And a woman comes out that is in a pant and top, and she has a symbol of Mava, moon. And she goes, "Morkant, where are you? And are you coming back to here? I thought you were at Mama Bardus's bathhouse." "I'm just dropping someone off that I found on the beach. She looks like she could use a little help. And I kind of think wayward people are more your thing than mine. We like to keep them that way, actually. It's nice to meet you, Morkant." And they look at you and they go, "You look like you've really been injured. Are you healthy?"
I mean, my head's fuzzy.
And one of them reaches toward your forehead. "May I?"
Of course, and I lean towards them.
And she kind of touches along your head and your temple. "Give me a moment." And she goes to heal, and you hear the words that you've heard once or twice before, and you feel this warmth run through you, and you feel the aches and the pains wash out. "Yes, we'll take care of her. We'll send her back to you when we're done, okay, Morkant? Where are you going to be? Where were you and your friends going to be?" "We'll probably be at Mama Bardusa's, or maybe we'll be at Cece's. I don't know. She'll find us whenever she's ready. Come in." And you go in. There's a warm fire, and there are clerics in here taking care of people that got too sick from the festival. One thing that's very interesting, you're the first person we've seen come in here with clothes today. It's quite a mess out there.
Yeah, I noticed quite the party you guys have, huh?
And she looks out and she looks up. Yep. And she closes it. She lets the beads kind of drape. "Come, let's get you some rest." Make me a perception check when she's looking out, please.
Okay. Right. That is a total of 17.
Okay. She was looking up into the sky, and the only thing in the sky is, like, even though the sun is out, the moons are also out. There's 2 moons here, by the way. This planet has 2 moons. And she kind of looked at them and took them in for a moment. And they look like they're not only near each other, but maybe they were touching and are just starting to separate. And you know, as someone who's been on the water, when both the moons are out, the seas are just crazy dangerous. The seas are both chaotic and rough. All right. So you get some rest, and they give you a place of solace for a moment. Over the next couple of weeks, you find a little bit of working in the ship on boats. You find a boat to get to work on, and it's nice. You don't sleep well on the sea. And even though you're catching fish and you're feeding people, it feels meaningless. Is that the right word? Maybe. It's like there's more important things in your mind than fishing and feeding. So it doesn't have the allure you thought it would. All right. I'm going to hop over to a little house with books lining the room, the big room in the center. And Ta'ana, who you work for, says, "Did you hear that? Hipley, did you hear that?
Hear what? Hear what?
Did someone knock?"
No, I didn't. I'm sorry, I was lost in the book I was reading, but I did not hear that. Maybe we should. Would you like me to go get it? Like.
And then yes, please.
Okay.
I'm not expecting anyone. Wait,
Peculiar.
and she goes over to. She has this paper where she has all of her stuff organized, her schedule, and she looks through it. There's no one on the schedule, so yes, please.
Okay, it's a little rude of them to drop by like this, but I'll be sure to greet them. So I get up and I head over to the door.
And it's a solid door. There's no windows.
All right. Take a little deep breath, straighten up a little bit, and open the door.
And there are two people there. A young woman, not kid, maybe 20s, beautiful, but with like an air of danger to her. And an older man dressed in some kind of robes with a symbol of some kind. You might remember. Make me an Arcana check. You might know that symbol.
Ooh. So that's going to be a 16.
That's the symbol of Aquar. That is the god of the sea. And he bows, she nods. We're here to see the bookseller.
Oh, did you have an appointment? I'm sorry.
No, we came a long distance to get here, and there was no way to send word ahead.
Okay, still, this is, you know how things go. We need to kind of a little bit of a, heads up before just dropping by. So.
Of course. And she pushes around you and walks in.
Excuse me, I'm going to try to block. Excuse me, madam, please. If you just want to wait outside, I can talk and I'll see if maybe you can speak to it now, but you're going to have to wait out here, okay? This is not just something you just go into, so
I see.
You would still happen to...
It's okay. I'll wait for you. And she puts her hand on your arm and not just touches, but wraps it for a moment. She goes, it's okay. I understand. You need to speak to the head of the house. We'll wait here. It is cold outside, though, and we'd rather be in your foyer than in the yard.
Don't worry, I'll be quick. I'll go inside and I close the door.
Okay.
Tana, we have some where they're... Okay, I'm going to describe them to her, see if she might know who they are, and also the symbol, too. Say they came from a long way, wanted to see some books, and I told them, I told them, you need to give us a little, heads up before. They can't just come here willy-nilly. And she actually tried to barge in. Can you believe it? She tried to barge in here. No,
there are people like that. And she goes over to a box and she opens it, and there's some coins in there. And she looks at it for a minute. All right, let them in. I could use a little more money.
Are you sure?
I'm sure. It's okay.
Okay, as long as you're okay with it, that's fine. I'll get back over and I'll let them in.
And the old man bows once again once you open the door and follows her in. And
just please don't touch anything. Please just please keep keep.
As you're saying that, her hand goes out to the wall and just sort of feels along the tapestry.
That'd be enough of that, please. Yes, you can take please, if you want to kindly take your hand off of it, that'd be, thank you.
You're the caretaker. You're the one who takes care of everything here then, right?
Or so personal librarian, but I'm sure you can caretaker, if you will. That's
So you could be replaced by just about anybody from town.
no, because madam, not everyone knows these books as well as I do. So sure, you can get someone else to come in here, but they're not going to know
Oh.
these books like I do. So sorry, no.
So you know the books very well.
Yes, I do. Are you a book lover yourself? I mean,
I'm a collector, and so is my friend
Oh.
here.
Oh, okay. Well, maybe we might have something that you're looking for. So, but yes, I'm irreplaceable here, as no one else knows the books quite like I do, except for of course the owner. But I'm a close second.
And she points to the archway and says, "The owner," and points
Yeah.
like, "Is that the direction?"
It's,
Thank you. Epania, could you help out the caretaker? There are some books that I would like some information about. And she turns and leaves the two of you and heads in to see the head of the house.
I'm gonna want to keep an eye on her if I know she's going to talk to Tana, because I'm still kind of that air of danger. I'm gonna try to make sure I can always keep them in eye contact.
He doesn't go any further. He stays there in the foyer.
Okay. I'm just gonna stay here. You don't want to. Are you a book lover yourself, or you're just?
I'm also an art lover, and this tapestry is extraordinary.
Oh, isn't it? Oh, it is pretty beautiful, I would say.
What do you know of it?
Oh, so I'll go through, explain all about it. It kind of gets me talking about it. Still trying to. Do I have like vantage point in them, or do I? Because they went
No.
to the other room, right? So. Okay,
Yeah.
so I'm going to. So I'll quickly explain to him, kind of keep it shorthand, like, oh, we got it this time. Let's put up here. You can see right there the texture, everything else like that. Masterful craftsmanship. I'm gonna check on your friend really quickly just to make sure.
Is this from Zakor or Isia?
Oh, that is a great question. I'll answer it as soon as I get back. So give me 1 second. I just want to go check on them. Just please just enjoy. Just keep looking and enjoy, and I'll be back with that answer.
Yes. Okay.
give me 1 second.
Thank you. And you go in to check, and the two of them are sitting down at a little sitting table, and there's a little bag of money on the table near the woman that is visiting, and she's kind of leaning in and saying some things to her that you can't hear. It's almost like a whisper, and they're pointing to things like books on the wall, and the room is basically a big round room just lined with books everywhere. And the two of them get up and start walking to the books and start pointing and pulling some out. And your Ta'ana looks at you and says, "I thought there were two."
There is. I just wanted to make sure everything was okay in here. Just checking to see if we need anything. He's looking at the tapestry right now. We're just having a little conversation about it, but just making sure everything's okay.
And
Seems like it is.
She looks at Sophia and goes, "Sophia, correct?" Yes, yes. So you said he's the Epania of the temple not a temple, it's a soul, correct? Yes, the soul. In Wythe, the island. Yes. And he's my dear, dear, dear friend. He knows so much about art and books. When I am not sure, I can always count on him to assist me in making sure that my selections are correct. Maybe you should go check on him. And she goes, sometimes he just goes wandering around outside because he enjoys the cold more than I do.
You're very well. Yes, I'll go check him. Like I said, if you need anything, I'll be over
Yeah.
there with him. So.
And you go to check on him, and he's not there.
Is the door open?
Yes.
I'll look back. Okay. Let me see. I'm gonna just poke my head out. Can I see him just by poking my head out?
Make me a perception roll. Perception check.
Ooh. So that's going to be a 6 for perception. So
You don't see him out there.
my monocle's a little dirty today. Ugh.
And this is one of those times when you realize your wordiness in conversation is costing you time. In both sides. It's like, oh, damn.
So I guess I'll go. I'm quickly gonna go search for him. So as quick as I can, try to find him so I can get back inside.
Okay. So you go outside and you start searching for him. And
Start calling out his name. So
there's no response. And after a little while, you see him come out of the house.
Did I? Whatever. Were you? Did you? How?
And
Nothing. Let's go back inside.
He looks a little nervous. You should stay away from that woman. She's dangerous. And he starts walking at a much quicker pace than he was before.
I'm gonna
it may not be safe in there.
Which one are you talking about?
But he's already walking away.
Okay. All right, I'm gonna rush back inside then, because I'm gonna not run, but I'm gonna walk pretty, because that's something's off. Yeah. So. Yeah. Tahana, you're still in here.
And
Hello.
And they're both sitting down again, and the money is now on Tahana's side, and she has a couple of books with her, and yeah, everything's okay here. And then Sophia leans over and whispers something to her in her ear, and she laughs for a moment, like, of course. And then she says, "Can you see Sophia out? We're done with our transaction here."
Did I recognize the books at all?
There's some books there's some books you know. They weren't particularly valuable or probably not even interesting to you.
Okay.
One on snails and one on types of trees, like nature stuff.
Not bad. Not my favorite, but not bad.
Yeah.
All right, so I'm gonna just make a quick comment about the books. I know what I know about them, and then I'll gladly walk her out.
And make me a perception check as you're heading out.
Okay. That'll be 21.
Okay, so you walk her out, and she leaves, and she starts heading down the street.
I'm gonna ask her before she leaves. Do you find everything you're looking for? Hopefully, I mean, our collection's pretty fantastic.
Most of the things. There's always something missing that I can't seem to find.
Yeah, of course, always that one book.
Yeah,
I know exactly what you mean. Well, at least you found something. I'm happy that you found at least a couple things you were looking for. So maybe next time we might have something else you're looking for too. So hopefully this won't be the last time we're going to be seeing you. Hopefully.
Perhaps. And she heads down the road at a reasonable pace. And when you come back inside, you can see that the tapestry has been slightly moved. Like, it's pushed away from the wall somewhat.
Okay, that is not good.
It's a good perception roll.
Yeah. So I'm definitely, can I go over and check it out? Can I see? So I just noticed that's often moved. Okay.
Yeah, and when you're looking, you realize that the tapestry is actually hiding something.
I'm gonna go over and kind of.
And you didn't know that before.
So I'm gonna search myself first. We'll go asking her. I'm gonna look at myself first, see if there's can I see what's behind it? What is it?
It looks like there's a little door in the wall, not to the floor, but like raised up higher than the floor. Maybe for storing something, but not for walking through. And it seems to be slightly ajar.
So I go to open, I stop myself. Nope, I need to ask Todd. I keep saying her name wrong. I'm sorry. I need to ask her. So I'm gonna walk back and I think we may have a problem, and I think I may have found something you haven't told me about before.
And she's putting the coins in a box. What do you mean?
The tapestry has been moved. There's a little...
And her eyes widen like you've never seen them on her. And she starts heading down to the hall. Oh my God. And she literally pulls the tapestry off and there's a door behind it. And she lifts it, and there was a little dais, and next to it are a couple of books. Oh my God, the book is gone.
What?
My book. Reveus Asunder, it was in there. It's a one of a kind. I'm not even sure what it is. You have to go find them. And she goes to get her cane. She said, I'll follow and I'll try and catch up as fast as I can, but you can move much quicker than me. It's called Reveus Asunder. They're from Wythe. So if they get to Wythe, we have to find them there.
Okay, yes. Right away. I'm going to take off just running, just sprinting. I'm not the best runner. I'm going to run.
Okay. All right, we're going to cut over to our existing players who I've kept holding on hold for so long. It's crazy. I'm so sorry I had to keep you there for so long. Just sort of
Worth it.
yeah.
Okay.
So you get out of the house before the fires begin. But what's happening is now there's this fire in the town, but there's no building that anybody can see. All they can see is fire and smoke coming off of an invisible nothing. And people start making fire lines to gather water, but they're not even sure where to throw it necessarily. They get in there and sometimes they catch on fire themselves from walking into what seems to be like a hidden invisible thing. And you remember that this home was actually protected and made invisible. And they don't know where the edges are. And they're getting too close to things. They're learning it, but they're learning it the hard way.
I think we should use the time to leave the area before we become questioned more thoroughly.
Oh, she's like gonna just observe them. I feel kind of bad about. Yeah, we should probably go.
Yes, we are new here, and I don't think it'll be very easy to explain the situation.
Make me a perception check, both of you.
I rolled a 7 plus 4. 11.
Perception. 25.
What'd you roll, a 25?
Yeah.
Oh, that's a good one. Okay. When you turn, you see an old man that you remember seeing. I mean, it's almost like a flashback in your mind. He was one of the people that was selling you fruit and vegetables when you first got into Wythe. And now that you see him again, you remember you saw him also in Mama Bardutha's bathhouse. He was one of the old men that was in the steam room when you guys went in there for a moment. And every time you see him, you realize it just dawns on you, he's been looking at you every time he finds you. And the town's too big for him to bump into you this frequently without reason.
So are we in town or are we heading back to town?
You're heading away from the fire and back into town.
Okay, I'll just whisper to Vesryn. I think that old man has been following us. I've seen him all over. First the fruit stall, then the bathhouse. Always looking at us.
Are you sure that?
Do I see him as well? When she points him out to me a little bit?
Yeah, he's
What's
not around other people, but he seems to kind of turn away when noticed. And
wasn't he with the old woman that we bought all that fruit from and overpaid for?
Oh yeah, but I mean, it was really good fruit. So let's be honest.
It was perhaps either A, he's working with the woman we just dealt with, or B, he wants more money. I'm not quite sure yet, but now that we are aware, we can keep an eye out for him and maybe confront him when we're not near a flaming, invisible house.
Yeah, the house is getting dealt with by the town. They're gathering and turning into this, but the old man is not helping with that.
Noted.
Let's try to lose him in town.
Yes, I agree. Perhaps we should all split up. Morkant and Eslov go one way, we go the other, and see who he follows.
Eslov and Morkant had already left. Morkant went on a ship. He was called back to Elixia just a few days ago. And Eslov got on a ship with Omari to assist with with working on the ship with him.
Oh wait, this is right after
So
the fire.
So it's just
though?
the two of you. Oh no, you're right. This is not right after.
Yeah.
You're right.
Yeah.
They'll be leaving soon.
Yeah. I was like, wait, what?
Yeah.
They helped us fight. All right. So yeah, I would say send them that way. We go this way and see who the old man follows.
Yeah. Okay. We're going to town.
We'll meet at Mama Bardus's.
Oh yeah, sure.
Jazz, make me a perception check.
Uh, 17.
You heard, just as like a whisper, we're going to meet back at Mama Bardusa's. But you just barely catch it. And then they split and go two different ways.
Who looks the nerdiest out of these guys?
One of them is like 7.5 feet tall, and I mean, don't get me wrong, she's actually the nerdiest, but he looks the nerdiest.
Okay, I'm gonna follow the people I feel like most likely have the book, so it's probably gonna be, let me just.
The old man pulls out a dice and rolls it in his hand.
Yeah. Okay. I follow Cerridwen and
Living dangerously.
Vesryn.
Vesryn. Thank you. Wanted to call you Viscount.
Viscount. That's my father.
So you follow.
All right.
You follow the. Which one did you say you're following? Cerridwen?
Us two.
Oh, Vesryn. Okay. All right.
Both
so,
of us, because
the two of you,
went one
the two
way.
of you split up, right?
Pairs.
Okay.
Yeah.
Right. So you split, and you've gotten pretty familiar with the town. You kind of know the alleyways. You know, kind of how to either head them off or find a way to catch up to where you think they're going to go without it being so obvious. So you can either follow them just direct or find
I'll find an indirect route,
more
especially
surreptitious route.
if I saw them seeing me, I'll probably be like, okay, I should probably back off a little bit before they get suspicious.
Yeah, they're not suspicious at all.
No.
Yeah, no, not yet.
No
To be
suspicion.
fair, she did see us run out of a burning house. She could think that we're just separating because of that.
Or setting houses on fire.
Yeah, look, I'm not here to judge, man. Just here to get a book.
And you take another route. Oh my god, I need my dice. Give me a second.
What? Wait. The old man is connected to people who assaulted us in the bathhouse. You said he was in the bathhouse as well, yes?
Yeah, I saw him there.
You
What
were
do you want to
saying-
do? Do you want to kind of double back? Or,
No, I don't. I don't want to double back. I mean, because if he is
Wait.
connected to them after the book, then
And when
It
you
would not
turn
be-
to look, he's gone. When you split, he's gone. That was pretty good for an old man.
he seems really spry for an old man.
yes,
Saying.
could be a deception. Next time we see them, remind me. I will see if there's anything I can sense on them. You know, detect some magic, that sort of thing.
Yeah.
So, well, this may not be the most opportune time to speak about this, but the other night you said something odd. I don't know if you were a little drunk or what, but you said some strange things about my brother and how I see you, and I was a little thrown off by that. Is there anything that we need to talk about? Have I offended you in some way?
No. No. She there's this thinly veiled look of just utter mortification. She's just like, no. No, I had a lot to drink. And you know how drinking loosens your tongue. Say things.
Yes, usually makes you more honest.
Look, I don't know how to explain this. I just don't want you to see me as your dead brother's widow.
Oh, I don't.
Ooh, what a thing to hear.
I don't see you as that.
Well, you just put me and him together a lot, and I kind of feel that way.
You're so much more.
Thank you. Well, as long as we're good, we're good. You and me, we're good as far as I'm concerned.
Then I'm good. If you're good, I'm good.
And as you're walking and you're like, you get into this conversation, this old man coming out of the alley bumps into you right near Madame Bardus's bathhouse.
Bumps into who? Which one of us?
You, Vesryn, you were on the left.
I immediately check because I don't trust him.
It's just an old man.
No.
Mean.
No.
Hello there, Sonny.
As soon as they bump me, I put my hands on myself, and this is because I'm already associating this person with the people that attacked us last night.
Whoa there, no need to look so startled.
No. You stay right where you are. You've been following us for some time. And you didn't even help with that fire back there. Is this not your home?
What do you think an old man like me could do to put out a big fire?
You can help with water.
Hold on.
You're clearly strong enough to bump into me.
No, I'm not. I'm frail.
I nudge, because I know Dwyn could probably do it faster than me.
That was a pretty solid bumping, by the way. That didn't feel like a frail man.
That's what I said. I said, you were strong enough to bump into me. So.
That was good.
Well, maybe I was not interested in putting out a fire.
Insight.
Okay.
I don't know how that works with this.
And you can
inciting character play.
Are you trying to deceive?
No, not about that.
All right, then just a straight insight.
All right. No, I rolled a nat too, so.
Totally seems legit. This old man is exactly saying, seems very believable.
It's a small town, Sonny. Perhaps you should be.
No, it's really not that small.
When you've grown up here your entire life, it's a small town, Sonny. Maybe you should be more careful with where you're walking.
Where did your friend go? I mean, it seems like such a burden for someone,
They were a married couple.
Aged you to carry this cart on your own.
Yes. Where's your wife?
At home, doing wife things.
And what might that entail?
Wife
I don't
things.
have a wife, so.
Well, let me tell you, it is a joy. Perhaps at some point you should find yourself. Doesn't have to be a wife. Can be a husband. Can be a partner. It is up to you. Nice to meet you, Sadie. Tall woman.
No, why don't you come with us? I so rudely bumped into you. Let me at least treat you to the bathhouse. Come on.
Okay.
Oh yeah, you seemed to like it before.
It is a good bathhouse. I'm losing my old man voice.
I love your old man voice, by the way. I can listen to it all night. It's so funny.
Never gonna turn me back! Ah, crap!
Right. Yeah, let's go to the bathhouse.
As we're walking, I'll kind of like look at Dwyn and say, "Can you, like this?"
Hiply.
So like motion back, I can watch.
Do your thing. Back massage, I think.
I don't want to say because I want to see if you can figure out what I'm asking you to do.
Okay. Do we have our spell slots back? That's the.
Have your what back?
Do we have our spell slots back?
Yes.
I think we're.
Okay. Oh wait, no! You just had that big fight. You ran through all your spells, I think, to do it. You haven't rested? No, you have no spells left, probably.
I have
minimal.
I have first level spells, but that's all I got.
She's just like.
I
You see her like, kind of like making this motion of like
I will motion for you.
Okay, so Silent
Okay,
Pages in the chat has become the DM's best friend with the idea that she gets stuck in this role for 30 sessions of an old man. Has to maintain it for that long. Oh my god.
I'm
That's
so
so
talented. I turn to the old man. So how long have you lived on the island?
And I'm going to take a step back, and I'm going to begin, as we're walking, casting Detect Magic.
My whole life, in fact.
Oh, so you spent your childhood here.
Yes. My childhood.
Well, do you have any longtime friends that you've had around here?
Just my wife.
So did everyone move? Like, what happened? That's a lonely way to live.
Well, I am an old man. Perhaps at one point I had friends, but they're long gone now.
Oh, that's
No magic.
very sad.
Actually, that's not true. She is glowing magic, but there's no magic items that you...
What type of magic is it?
Transformation.
Transformation.
Illusion.
Illusion. Okay. I'll just play this out. I'll listen to the conversation for the time being. And I will check myself as we're walking just to see if she stole my money or anything of value.
Hipley, you get all the way to Wythe trying to find these people. They moved quickly. They got a ship. They had a ship ready, apparently. And you found that there's this home that you can't see most of the time, but every now and then it's from the right angles, it's kind of visible, and she seems to go in and out of there periodically, the woman. You cannot find the old man. No, it's like a big problem. But you're there one day and the house goes up in flame and these two people hop out the window running like at full throttle to get away from it. And you just see fire and flame rising up into the air. And those two, they look like they were in a scrap. Like, even though the fire's starting, they're scratched up and injured. And one of them is a big Firbolg, which you've never seen one except in books. And one is an elf.
I'm worried about them, but my main first thought was like, oh my gosh, the book might be burning. And then I do notice them too, so I'm kind of like, okay. And fire's too crazy. Okay, there's no way I can go in there, right?
Yeah.
I was like, I really want to get that book. Okay.
You can feel the heat from what you think are fires that are right next to you that you can't even hardly see. And every now and then the flames will lick out of that, and you'll see it. So the fires themselves are partially invisible, or in some places fully invisible. But there's a huge smoke cloud rising out.
I'm going to... Okay. And I don't see anyone else around, so I see them leaving. Don't see anyone else near the house, just them leaving, right?
Yeah, them leaving quickly. And then as they're running, they stop for a moment, they look back, and then you see an old man staring them down from across the road. And they seem a little surprised by him. That old man, when they turned, they split all of a sudden. The party of four, and the Firbolg and the elf go one way, and the half-elf and the dragonborn go another way, and the old man ducks down an alley in the direction of the Firbolg, and he looked very suspicious to you.
Well, this has gotten more interesting. I think I read a book about this mystery one time, and I dabbled in a little fiction. Okay.
You have,
So
but you don't really like fiction that much, but you know.
I don't know. No. No. I mean, it's okay if there's nothing else, but either way, I'm gonna follow the old man because that seems to be the best bet of finding some sort of answer. So I will definitely try my best to follow them.
Okay. So you go to follow them, and you're doing a pretty good job, you think, and then suddenly the two of them you see the three of them bump into each other. And then a whole conversation comes out of it, starts up. You're not close enough to exactly hear it, but there seemed to be a moment of surprise all about it.
Could I try to sneak up to maybe hear it? I mean, just maybe saunter over. I'm just walking by.
They start walking and talking. The old man seems to be a little less engaged and engaging. But yeah, you start following. Cerridwen and Vesryn and Jazz, can you make me perception checks, please?
Ooh, mine's a 9.
That won't do it.
21.
17.
And if they do turn around, I'm gonna have a book out, just like kind of fake reading, like, oh yes, and that is just naming off naming off things like in the air around me, like, oh, that must be that's location. That's okay. That is that.
I'm a harmless tourist.
Okay.
Cerridwen,
Oh, that looks lovely.
you turn around while you're talking, just sort of glance back, and you see this person suddenly throw a book up between his face and you.
Well, not completely up, like more down low. Like I'm still looking because I'm trying to okay. So that is that. Okay. Oh,
So
perfect.
during the fire, there's a tourist, away from the fire, but sort of following you. Not really following, just sort of there.
lovely building is this, because I'm probably going to notice some looking lovely little building right here, isn't it?
It's just a little human too.
How far away is he from us?
15, 20 feet.
Yeah, there's a lot of historic buildings here.
Yeah. So are you from around here? Because I'm kind of here visiting, so this is all kind of new to me.
We're actually visiting as well.
Oh.
We're probably not the best sorcerer.
I mean, you've been here.
But we have right here. We have someone who's lived here his entire life.
I'm sure he could give you plenty of information to answer all of your questions. He's lived here since it was a small town. It was here since it was a small town.
Mm-hmm. He knows all about it. It's nice fruit too.
Blake, make me a history roll. History check.
Ooh, that's going to be a nat 20, so that's going to be...
There's
Right
no
there.
way there was an old man here since the town was small. You have read on your travels enough to know that why it's been around long enough, it was not small in anybody's lifetime.
Small, you say?
An entire 120 years ago.
Okay. So, and I'm gonna say like a random fact about it that I know, I'm gonna say it incorrectly to try to catch him in a lie. So I'm like, oh, just like blah blah blah, right? Since you've been here so long.
So, DM question.
Yep,
I have been here for quite a while.
you have.
Do I know the answer to that question?
I'll give you a history roll.
Okay.
Let's give you one. Let's see.
This has turned it into quite a gaggle.
This is fun.
I'll leave the second part off of what that gaggle is, but yes, this is fun.
History.
Jazz has become an elderly tour guide who loves his wife very much. You think you're not 100% sure because most of the time you're not actually in town, but you think it's a trick question, but you don't know the answer either.
I'm sorry, waiting. I mean, I figure some of your age would obviously know this, so whenever you're...
Well, you should be more respectful of your elders and their terrible memories. So,
Touche. You're right, sir. You're right. I should be a little more.
I am right. Kids these days.
Well,
It's a
while
avoiding
they're-
the question,
while they're
but
talking-
it's okay.
While they're talking, could I, by chance, have just a moment to just whisper in Dwin's ear? Illusion magic.
I'm gonna walk up closer too, so I'm gonna just kind of walk up close at distance,
Okay.
put my book away.
So, where are you from, fellow tourist?
Oh, I'm from. I'm actually from. Ooh, where was I from again? Where was I looking?
I'm getting it.
Because
Deal-
I'm from
Delius.
Delius, yes. Okay.
And we would remember what we learned about Delius, where the book was from.
Yes.
Interesting. And I can't remember, were we given the book owner's name?
Yes.
What was the name again? Because I don't remember. My character remembers it, but I don't.
Tana.
Tana. I've heard of that place. There's a famous bookstore owned by a Tana.
Oh yeah, I remember that one.
Oh wow.
I
It is
perked
a
at
small
that book.
It is a small world after all. I'm going to look at the old man. Small world. Yes. I actually work for her. I'm actually her personal librarian. So actually here on a little work myself. So
So, would you be...
are you guys fellow book lovers? I mean, since you must love books.
I must be honest with you, because we may have confronted somebody that has stolen something from your boss.
Oh, because that's...
Perhaps you should come with us and our friend here to the bathhouse, where we can all sit down and talk and figure this out.
Okay, I mean...
It's a lovely bathhouse.
I
Yes.
think it's real nice there.
You have no money on you, or not
I
enough
will-
to do that. You have a few coins,
I
but
will
not for a
cover you.
bathhouse.
I will cover your bathhouse. Me and Mama Bardusa are very close at this point. I'm sure we can arrange something to ensure that you are taken care of.
Yeah. Oh, are there any books there? I mean, it's a bathhouse, but maybe any kind of...
I'm sure Mama Bardusa has
You can
books
somehow
available.
procure something. like that.
Okay.
My companion here is quite an author herself. You may have even have some of her books in your location.
Ooh. What?
Have you heard of the Elixian history mythology?
I want to say yes.
Give me a history roll, and you need a high one.
Oh, okay. I already got that. Okay, so it's a 17 plus. So
Okay.
we're gonna be good.
You've heard a little bit about it. You know that it's an island way out west, like the farthest reaches of Arendelle. That's it. And apparently they have a big festival there every year, and some people every now and then people get ascended to the gods or some mumbo jumbo religion thing like that. But you don't know a lot more.
So I've read a little bit, but if you have more books, that'd be lovely. That's a collection. I definitely would love to read more about it. So, because I've only read just a couple things. I mean, little things about a festival and some, but nothing. Haven't been really deeply read into it. So if you have anything like that, I would definitely like to read it. So if you do have a book, that'd be.
Yes, it's 3 scholars. What? By the way, what is your name?
Oh,
sir?
I'm so rude. Oh, which one?
Both of you. I point to both of you. What are your names?
Oh, the old man.
The old man looks like he can't remember very well. Just like a DM on.
Since anyone has called me by name, my wife calls me honey or bastard.
But you do have an actual name, yes?
Yes, of course, it's Peter.
Peter. Interesting.
Wow.
Oh.
That's such a DM emergency name. It's so good. It's like the best.
Okay.
Sure.
Back.
You fellow.
Oh, well, my name is Sidley. I didn't get. What are your guys' names? I'm so sorry. Like, it's
But I asked first.
Yes, I am Hipley.
Hipley. I am Vesryn of House Madrick, and I will let my friend introduce herself.
You do know that name.
Cerridwen, Sagewynd. You can call me Dwayne.
Twin. Okay. President Dwin.
Make me
Peter.
a history check on the names.
Okay. That's not gonna be so good. That's gonna be a 8.
Can I as well?
You're not book read much. I'll give you one. You might know the Madrick name. You won't know the Cerridwen name. He could have known either one, but he rolled terribly.
Oh no, that's a natural one.
That's
I'm just gonna put that down.
Our names do not precede us,
the
Dwayne.
traveling and once I heard the book, it just
Yeah.
my mind's kind of going into other places. So not.
Back in the temple, Natalie, you've been resting up there and you've been doing your work, and they've been giving you encouragement. What's really odd about the temple is about every month or two, all the clerics are new. They change them all the time. And over time, you find that the clerics of Mava are required to travel all the time. It's part of living a life of seeking opportunities for to bring chaos into their lives in a good way, ways to prove themselves, things like that. But the one thing that they keep talking about is this group of people that Morkant said he was in, and every now and then Morkant would come back for a short time and talk to them, inevitably trying to convert them, it seemed. And it never works. But they all, it seems like there's a little bit of respect, but the Acor cleric has a little bit more of a disdain for their lifestyle of free everything, free will, free love, free booze, free home, freedom to travel all the time. They just never stay in one place very long, and they don't establish roots very well. They do establish places, but they change the people in them all the time. So, they kind of are they really do take on the persona of a god that is of chaos. And it's not a bad chaos. It's chaos leads to opportunities rather than chaos that creates trouble. At some point, though, he says, you overhear him saying, I've been called back to Elixia and I need to tell my friends, and they're going to need more people with them when I leave. They're not going to be safe on their own. There's a lot of trouble brewing around us. Do you think any of you would be interested in maybe traveling with them? And all of them, one after another, was like, I could go for a week with them, maybe 2. And he's saying, no, they need someone with them for a longer time. You don't understand. We're all in a very precarious and dangerous situation, and what we're doing is important. It's not something you can just walk away from whenever the calling for wandering comes. Well, maybe you need to go to... What's that other god's name? The god of stability, the boring one. That one will stay with them forever. Thank you. And he stands up. And he gets to the beads and he looks at this paper in his hands. All right. Thank you. And he looks back and he looks at all of them one at a time and he sees you. What do you do? You're still here. You've been here longer than the clerics.
Definitely seems like that. I couldn't help but overhearing. You're looking for someone to help friends of yours?
Yes, I have to leave to go back to where I'm from. There's some things I have to deal with in the soul. The soul, by the way, is the church of the god of the sea. And I don't want to leave them without someone to replace me in some way. Are you skilled in some way other than fishing?
Well, I do have some skills. I'm good with reading nature. I know the charts, so if we ever go sailing.
The star charts?
Yes, I kind of a specialty of mine, honestly.
Oh my God, you have to meet Eslov. You've heard that name. That's the Dragonborn that he's mentioned once or twice. And Captain Omari. Oh my God, Captain Omari. She's a Genasi, and she knows everything about the stars.
Oh, it does sound very lovely. I love talking about the stories that I see up there.
Do you have a weapon?
Yes, and I pull forward my staff. It's like a quarterstaff, but it's also my druidic focus. It's made of old, kind of withered and white driftwood. Just hold it forward. For the most part, I can give a good whack, but I have some other means if I need to.
Why were you hanging around with them so long?
I guess I was waiting to see where the wind might direct me.
Do you mind if I cast something before I say yes?
Oh, please.
It will be directed at you, but it won't harm you.
Well, that's good. I don't want to be hurt.
And he starts casting something. Not a spell you know. Oh, okay. You seem like you'd be all right.
I hope so.
How quickly can you be ready?
Well, I go by simple means, and I put out my arms and just gesture to my body, and I am as I am.
Okay. And he looks out like he's looking around. We were being followed earlier, but we're going to head over to Madame Bardus's bathhouse. Have you ever been to a bathhouse?
Nah, the only bathing I ever done has been in the ocean.
Is that really bathing?
The sand makes a nice exfoliant.
I don't even know what that means, but I'll accept it. All right. Let's go. Thank you, all of you. It was wonderful. Thank you for keeping an eye on... What was your name again? Dyson?
Thesis. The
Thesis.
Sounds like the and th.
Thesis. Yeah. Thank you for keeping track of Thesis and for giving her clothes. Because they're often not dressed in here. And he says, if you're ready, I'm ready.
Yeah, let's head on out.
Okay. I'm happy I ran into you. I didn't think I was going to find anybody. And so where are you from?
Oh, just kind of a nameless little folk village.
A rock in the sea.
Essentially, yeah.
Eslov will love you. He loves rocks in the sea. He loves fishing. I mean, I love fishing too. You haven't seen any fish with arms, have you? Never heard of that.
That's a new one for me, but I'll keep an eye out.
Oh, they exist. Everyone else will tell you they don't, but I'm telling you, I've seen them, and one of them tried to grab me once and pull me under. They exist. On Elixia, they exist.
Insight check to see if they're pulling my leg or not.
Sure. Roll.
Okay, and my insight plus 3. Total of 16.
Either he's telling the truth, or he believes he's telling you the truth.
All right, well, that would be very fascinating to see and experience.
Oh, yeah, they're really dangerous. They're big. They're not like little things.
Well, if they're going to
actually, I imagine when they're babies, I imagine they're little. I don't think they're just born huge. All right. So Madame Bardus's is this. It's pretty expensive, but she kind of owes us.
Okay.
or she kind of likes us. I'm not sure which, but it's one of those two. And she's been helping us out a little bit with a place to stay. By the way, the baths are amazing. Like they do things for you that are like amazing. Just you will feel refreshed. I don't know quite how to describe it, but I think once you experience one, you'll understand. And she'll definitely give you one. All right, so let's head over. And you walk through town, and as you're going, the town seems like a normal town in this area. It's not a part you've traveled to. It's kind of off the main road and not the one that leads to the docks. And pretty much you go from here to the docks and the area around here. And you get to an area where suddenly there's this beautiful green lawn with little statuettes in front of it and statues and fountains and this beautiful house made out of white stone, big, huge windows that let in a lot of light. Here we are. And he leads you in, and it is manicured. Like, only crazy wealthy people have manicured lawns, by the way, because it requires a lot of staff that basically are there to just manicure lawns and stuff. So it's expensive.
Yeah, I don't even know if I've seen a lawn before. Probably
not. And I mean, it feels good under your feet. It is grass, and that feels nice. But there's no. It's sort of a weird grass, and there's only like one plant in it, just this one type of grass. And as you're walking up, you see walking, almost bumping into you guys is a dragonborn and a Firbolg and some elf in fancy clothes and an old man and a young man with a book in his hands. And they kind of bump in, and Morkan says, here are my friends. Well,
delightful.
and some other people. Oh, the old man. You got the old man.
Well, nobody's got me but my wife, Sunny.
Well, I got to tell you, your wife had the apricots were spectacular.
Yeah, she has quite the green thumb. Or black.
Garden inside. This is we ran into Peter.
Wait a minute. What did you mean, or black?
Well, sometimes it's stained with soot from doing wife things.
Vesryn, you know that Morkant, when he hears something that catches him and he thinks is odd, he focuses hard on it. And you can see his focus change on that when that's said. And he looks at you and he goes, he kind of whispers to you, didn't that old hag have a burned hand or something?
I believe so. And this one has illusion magic on him.
All right, well, let's go into the bathhouse. It's really nice inside. We can all get cleaned up. Madame Bardus will be happy to see us. I have to talk to the three of you, though. Let's get inside and we'll have a discussion. Oh, this is my friend Desus.
Hello.
Desus. Cerridwen. Eslov. Vesryn.
Hello.
The old man and the young kid.
You forgot me already.
This is Hippity, and this
Hippity.
is Peter.
Wait,
Hippity and Peter.
No, Hipply.
Hipply.
Yes, thank you.
Hipply.
I like Hippity,
is
though.
my nickname, but that's
I
another
like
story.
Hippity.
That's another story for another time.
Perhaps in the bath you can tell us that story.
Sounds like a good plan.
I'm sure Peter will love it, right, Peter? You love good stories, I can tell. You've been around so long.
Love stories, yes.
Peter,
Tell
maybe,
me so many stories.
maybe you can tell us stories about here. I mean, since you're been here, you can tell us there's so much I want to kind of go through, such as reading about it. I would love to.
Oh, I'm not
go
the
through.
best storyteller.
Nonsense.
listen
Everyone thinks that way until they actually try. You are probably fantastic. Trust me.
And Morkan kind of takes your arm, Vesryn. Let's get in. There's smoke out here from the fire still, and
as we're going in, I will also tell him about where Hipley's from, and that he works for the person where the book came from.
And with no ability to conceal, like, surprise, he looks back at you, eyes bug-eyed, and what?
Yes, well, I've already informed him that perhaps we might be able to help.
Wait a minute. He works for the woman whose book was stolen? Make me a perception check, Chaz.
18 plus 2, 18.
You heard that. I mean, but you heard that being said.
I'm gonna partially wave when he turns around and looks at me and be like, "Hello."
You know, there's a story that you're going to hear from us tonight that I think you'll find very interesting. Let's get inside. It's nicer inside, and I need a bath.
Oh.
Yeah,
And Desus needs to get all this paint and powder off from the lunatics.
Yeah, they sure love to throw it around.
They do. And you head in, and the doors, when you are heading up, the doors open, and there's a man in there and a very tall woman that is very stoic and muscular. And she is sort of just standing, and the old man says, welcome, my friends. All the weapons on the cart, and we'll get you to your rooms. I see you've brought some other friends. Are they going to be needing rooms also, Master Vesryn and Cerridwen?
Yes. Well, I don't know. Peter, will you be staying with us for the time?
Oh,
or
no.
is your wife expecting you home?
My wife always expects me home by a certain time, or I'll be in trouble.
Are you sure you don't want to stay with us for some time?
Maybe you can bring her. I'm sorry to interject. Maybe she can come along too. I mean, it seems like it'd be good for everybody.
And the old man looks at you, Peter, and goes, "Is Peter your middle name?"
Yes.
My apologies, Master Aaron. I did not realize you had a middle name.
I prefer it.
Thank you. So are you going to be joining us in the steam room as you had last time?
Yes. Do I know what he's talking about?
Not
Aaron.
There was a room that made a lot of steam, and you were in there once when you were trying to do something.
Aaron, Peter, Aaron, which is it?
Peter,
which do you prefer?
Peter is my preferred name.
So, Master Aaron Peter here will be joining us in the bath and in the steam.
I didn't hear you. What'd you say? Say it again.
I said Master Aaron Peter here will be joining us in the bath and in the steam. So,
excellent. Please, all your weapons have to go on the cart. There are no weapons allowed in, as you know.
And armor as well, correct? No shields,
Yes.
no.
Correct.
It's standard. We've done it before. It's just to keep people protected. It's fine.
Do you guys just walk around with armor? Oh, yeah. Oh, yes. Of course.
As you see that, you see Vesryn dropping a rapier, a dagger.
Morkan's got some weapons and is actually wearing armor.
Yeah. I put down a shield and a sword.
Yeah, I unquestionably just start doing what everyone else is doing, just dropping my staff
Okay.
and
I take out a couple of books because books are the true weapons.
You can keep those weapons. I keep mine.
Oh, of course. Sorry.
Wait,
You
what?
also carry books on you.
Yes, of course. People don't.
I carry books on me. I have my these books right here, and the only books I hold up is one of my spell books.
Whoa.
Was I described which book I should be looking out for?
You don't. You don't know what it was.
Oh no!
Vesryn, what book is that? That looks like a very interesting read. I've never seen a cover like that before.
This actually is on loan to me from Cerridwen here. It was her father's.
Oh.
And it contains mystical knowledge.
Oh.
Jazz, that was like, ding! Ah, that's what you'd be looking
That's
for.
the book! Excellent! I did it!
Yeah, he was a wizard.
Like myself.
Yeah, he's
Oh.
studying into the
Arcana, not that the craft. Okay. How lovely.
To be fair, I like to read a lot of other things as well. In fact, I've been reading some of Dwyn's books recently on our island. So I'm not just.
I would love to get a copy of those. Like, I mean, if maybe even an autograph too. That'd be kind of makes it a little more rare. So if you happen to, I would love to see if I can get some for the collection.
Sorry.
I thought we lost all of them in the crash.
Oh no.
I don't know. Did we lose all of your copies? You didn't have any on you? None? I always carry my books on me, so.
Oh, but there's like 16
As one should.
copies.
As one should. Yes.
I usually carry them in my pack. But yeah, we lost that at sea, which I'm pretty sore about.
I'm sure we can find a copy for you at some point. And if we do, I will pay for it personally, because I think you should have some of her work. She is an incredible writer, and I'm sure she will sign it for you.
That would be wonderful.
And suddenly the name Cerridwen rings a bell. You remember seeing a book in Tana's collection, something about this island called Elixia that has the name Cerridwen Sagewynd on it.
Actually,
And you realize she's an author.
Wait a minute, actually.
And it was not fiction. It was a historical book.
Oh, good. Of course. I was going to say, because they weren't an author otherwise. Actually, wait a second. What was her name? Cerridwen, right? Cerridwen, you said?
Uh-huh. See?
Actually, we actually have one of your books. I haven't got a chance to really dive into it, but we actually do have one of your books. This is an honor. I can't believe I get to. Wow, this is.
I've done a number of cultural studies on dwarves and gnomes and their overlay of culture and.
You must come back to me sometime to meet. Please, you must come back to me. Promise you will. Please, just promise me.
Sure, certainly I can do that. I don't mind.
Oh my God, this is.
Well, I'm impressed. You're famous.
Well, in certain circles, I am.
And in the right circles, in the right circles.
I agree.
No.
I agree with our friend here.
And the old man
I
starts
like you.
walking you to your rooms while you talk. And the woman, when she starts to move, like she was very still. When she starts to move, it's almost mechanical, the motion, and she starts rolling it out, rolling the weapons away.
This is just me asking, not Vesryn. Does Peter kind of walk like her?
I forget, yes.
Walks like an old man.
Okay.
Like an old man robot.
Yeah.
And you get taken to these rooms at the end of this hall, and they are beautiful and they're roomy. They have huge beds in them, tables. They have drinks in there, and each one of you gets your own room.
Oh.
And he just kind of brings you around to your rooms. We'll get baths ready for you. Master Vesryn, are there any baths in particular you would like to have everyone enjoy? Would you like to be in one together or separate?
I think it'd be nice to be together. We have a new friend here to get to know that was just brought in by our friend. And Hipley and Peter, we all want to have conversations together and get to know the area of wife and other areas. So, yes, I think together, correct?
Oh, yeah,
Yes.
we can't talk to each other if we're not in the same room.
Yes.
Not very well.
And just the standard bath like we had last time, not like what our friend Eslov had, just like the one we had this previously.
Excellent. I'll get it prepared then. You'll be in the main bath hall because you'll need the larger one.
Can we have drinks prepared for everyone as well?
Of
I
course.
think if we're going to be discussing information, we should all drink together.
Of course.
It's a sign of respect and friendship. Hipley, what would you like to drink?
Oh, I'll take a water. That'd be...
Water.
What?
You get along. Is there any alcoholic beverage that you prefer, even just minor? No.
No, I'm fine with the water. I like to keep the mind sharp, so...
Understood.
If there's any dark rum, I'd like a glass of that.
Of course. Spiced or not?
Oh, spiced would be great.
Wonderful.
I
Yes.
actually have what she's having as well.
Excellent. Morkan says he'll have the same. Eslov says, I'll have the blue drink.
Oh.
Lisa,
Oh, yes.
have you been here before?
Oh, yeah. I like the blue drink. So,
And Eslov goes, it has an umbrella on it. I'm not sure why. It never
I like the
rains.
umbrella. It's a nice little touch.
And Peter, you haven't given your drink. What would you prefer to drink?
Oh, I don't drink, Sonny. Not anymore.
Water then, like Hipley? A water for Peter as well. A water for Peter.
Water for me, yes.
You need to keep hydrated in your old age.
Especially if you're going to be in steam rooms and hot baths. You know, it does take a lot out of you.
Yes, I've read about people passing out quite often because of... Yes, it's...
Oh, I think I'll be fine.
In the
water
room,
still.
In the room, there is appropriate attire and there's a robe. You can enjoy that. Your bath should be ready in about half an hour or an hour. It'll take us a little time to get it prepared.
Is there a place to keep books? Because this temperature, the humidity is not nice to the pages. Is there somewhere I can maybe keep them?
There's a desk in your room.
Oh, perfect.
If you want to bring one with you, I have certain magics that will help keep it dry.
Oh, thank you. I'm good. Thank you. I appreciate that. Thank you.
Understood.
And you basically get dropped off in rooms. Go on, what are you saying?
Just a side note, I found a list of Cerridwen's books.
Yes, lovely. If you want to. You can just message me. If you want to just message me, that'd be awesome too. Just...
I'll put them in the chat. I feel pretty proud of the titles at least. It's fun.
And what do you do when you're in your room? You have a little while before the bath's ready. Each of you are in separate rooms.
Well, Thesis is feeling a little awkward and overwhelmed. She's not used to such luxury.
Yeah.
She's honestly afraid of possibly ruining something.
Probably.
Takes off what meager clothing she has and dresses in the robe.
It's so soft. It's ridiculously soft. It's like wearing a duckling.
Oh.
It's it's stupidly soft. No way it could be that soft, and it is. Oh.
Wow. Now this is luxury. Oh,
Yep.
okay. And then I just awkwardly look out the door, unsure what the protocols are, but
when you look at the door,
to come by.
when you look at the door, you realize there's a big mirror on it. And even there, you see that in the mirror, you can see there's other mirrors in the room. And you realize there's a lot of mirrors in here. There are mirrors on the walls, on the desks, one over the bed. And they all have beautiful, fancy frames, gilded and gold-leafed with inlay. It's really pretty. Real craftsmanship. And you have never actually seen an actual mirror. They're rare.
So I kind of approach it, and I take a note of my teal skin and the peachy flesh colors that are inside my eyes and around my mouth. I take note of my horns that come back, and my dark teal hair, and I see that though I am a young adult, I do show signs of the laborious life that I've carried. So I see all the freckles and the coloration on my shoulders have gone more purple from sunburnt.
Yeah.
My horns are sun-bleached white and just
On the top.
strands of hair, and the ends are also sun-bleached. And then I just try and catch another mirror, and I lift up the back of my hair and catch sight of my tattoo that I got when I came of age. It's the compass and the moon and the arrow coming down through.
Skin art, they call it.
Skin art, yeah.
Yeah. And it's just a unique experience for you. And
the water's always shifting. And I just tap the glass.
It sounds like glass. You've only used glass a few times, but you've seen stained glass in some places, in religious centers mostly, which is interesting too.
This must be some crazy temple or something.
Yeah.
Just kind of curl my tail, which the end of it is very similar to like a fishing spear in shape, and just curl around my body around the rope and nestle in, just awkwardly waiting.
What are you doing, Hipley?
So Hipley's just brimming up of like realizing who Cerridwen is. So he is excited. He's getting his books all neatly put away into the desk. Kind of try to glance through them. Try to calm down a little bit, reading up a couple of pages here and there. Oh my gosh!
On the desk, there are these two pieces of stone that are carved, and they look like they're pushed together, but they come out. And you've seen these before for holding books in their proper upright position. These are made of marble, which is very nice.
I take a moment, just like, don't cry. You've seen beautiful things before. Don't cry. And I very gently take my books out carefully, making sure. I did bring my gloves with me too, which I am mad at myself for forgetting when handling books. So I take them as nice as I can and put them all nicely, neatly into the holder where they Yep.
And when you do, you realize next to that there's a mirror that is looking at you, and then you realize there's mirrors all over the room too.
Ooh.
Beautiful frames and everything, but this person who owns this place loves mirrors, that's for sure.
So I look in the mirror, I'm just like, oh, Hipley, you've read the workup books, you need to start working out a little bit. Oh, God.
You might be pretty strong after the travel from over there.
I mean, and from lifting books too, because I had to move them from one room to the next. But so I just
that doesn't make you strong. Every librarian would be a muscle person, and they're not. So
it's that hidden muscle. But so I look in to see like around 5'8", so shorter, dark skinned human, short hair, nice and neat. Hair is nice and neat and short, nice and neatly trimmed. I mean, as much as it can be going on traveling and stuff of that nature. But a little poorly. Like he definitely has put on some weight. It's not been, as working out and doing things like that. So definitely a little bit on the little bigger, but still looking decent. So I look at myself, give myself a little look over, just go, well, I guess it's time to join the rest of them, and I guess I'll take off and head to the main bathroom.
And these are the books. I'm going to drop them into.
Yes.
They're in Discord, but I'm going to put them here too, so everyone can see the wonderful books that Cerridwen has made. What are you doing, Peter?
I'm pacing. I don't have to pretend to be an old man in here, so I'm just kind of like, how do I get the book? He keeps it on him. Maybe if I distract him. What if I just knocked him out? Let's deal with the rest of his friends.
And there's all these mirrors in here. You totally don't even notice them hardly.
Yeah.
Maybe you do. I don't know.
Well, no, I do. I think I'll pass one and I'll look at myself and I'll make a disgusted noise and be like, I hate this form.
It's terrible. And you've been stuck in it for weeks.
Yeah, soon. Get the book, back. Get my body back. Easy.
That's it. That's all you need to do. And then you hear a knock on the door.
Yes.
Your water, sir.
Thank you.
And the door opens. And he brings over the water. And it's beautiful, crystal clear in a glass made of glass. Enjoy. The bath should be ready in just a few minutes. You can start heading down if you'd like.
Excellent.
And he heads out.
Is there a plant in here? I can just dump this out. And...
The water seems like it has a lot of bubbles it like floating through it. Like, it's weird. Normally you don't see bubbles in the water like that, but they seem to sort of rise out of the bottom from nothing. Like, it's weird.
Do I need to eat in this form?
Yeah.
Really? Okay.
Yeah, you've been eating that cart full of vegetables and fruit, but they're starting to rot now, so.
Dang! Okay. Okay, that's fine then. I will get dressed, robed. I will not look at myself when I get robed. I've seen myself naked enough times. Too many times. I need my own body back. And I take my water and I go head to the main bathing area.
And the man comes by and lets everybody know that the bath is ready and brings you your drinks, and you head out into the hall collectively. And you're all robed, cocktail in hand or water, and you head to the bath. As you go down the hall, you have to pass through the main center room again, and you notice on the wall there's something called a code of conduct. And the man who's leading you stops and he says, "Hipley, I don't believe you've been here, so please take note of the code of conduct. Everyone else, actually you have not either, have you, Desus?"
Yeah. No.
And it says, "Weapons and armor are to be checked at the door and kept behind lock and key. Physical altercations are not tolerated. Drinking is encouraged. Drunkenness is met with expulsion. Lascivious behavior will be met with a permanent ban from the establishment. The golden rule, what mama says goes." And then it says under that, a list of services offered. Massages, steams, mediary and notary services can be asked for and obtained from either Mama, Tara, or one of the many attendants on the grounds. Fine/exotic food and drink. Staff bards will happily take requests when asked. That seems to be it. And
No exotic books, though.
no.
Well, that mama line makes the most sense out of everything.
Yes. And you head to this bath, and when you get there, there's somebody in there playing a harp. And Morkant goes, "Oh, it's that harpist. That was the best. She's great. You're going to love her. Desus, that harpist is so good."
Yeah, hearing the notes now, it's beautiful.
And there's an attendant in there pouring some liquid from a vase with a long handle that comes down and pours it in. Your bath is ready, and the water is bubbling somehow. Morkant, drops the robe, is just in shorts, and kind of goes in. Ah, yes. The shorts are not required, but I just would rather not be without them. And the old man says, "We'll be back if you need any service."
Vesryn will approach him, and he'll whisper to set up a massage for Cerridwen in her room when she's done here. Because she is stressed out from all the adventure dealing with us, so I'm hooking her up.
Yes, sir. And
Don't let her know. Keep it a surprise.
okay.
Yeah, Dwin just gets in. Like, she's just...
Yeah. Dwayne has no humility.
Yeah, like.
I mean, I don't know if you're dressing
not
up,
like
but-
a big deal in her culture. So.
Yeah.
Vesryn's become more comfortable. He's kind of the same way at this point. From
All right.
his adventures. Just goes in.
It's down to and Eslov goes in, doesn't think about it, just drops robe and heads in, and now it's the three of you. What are you doing?
Well, Thesis does start to drop the ropes, but is more confused by the look of the water, and I've never seen water bubble like that before. Is this normal? And kind of just touch it.
It's normal here.
Yes, I was going to say the same.
It's normal here. They do it with some kind of piping or spell. I haven't actually asked about it. It was pretty interesting, probably.
Huh. I'm just used to the ocean, so this is all new experience for me. Do you guys do this all the time?
I wish.
More of a recent endeavor, or if you can call it endeavor,
And
recent
the-
discovery of time passage.
The Dragonborns, lately, yes. And that's it. He never says much more than a sentence, a word or two.
Then I completely disrobe and enter the water, and then just kind of like letting the feeling of it. So I slowly.
It's really warm. Like,
Oh.
it's a weird sensation to get in warm water when you've never been in water like that kind of warm. It's like it's fire water. It's not burning you, it's just really warm.
Oh, okay.
And then it feels good after a moment. Like, oh.
Oh, I wish I had this after fishing. Oh.
Your back feels good from it. The bubbles kind of roll up your back and you're around you, and they kind of tickle a little, but not to laugh, more like a gentle touching that is comforting. What are you doing, Hipley?
Sipley is going to suck in his guts. Disrobe and quickly get in. It's like,
You're
Gonna
amongst
sit down.
friends. Relax.
what are you talking about? I am relaxed. 'Cause, I just, it's been maybe eating a little too much, but anyway, so you kind of just think in the water, just this is nice though. It's just, it's not bad at all.
But it's definitely something you can get used to. And she's just kind of like, you see her just like melt into the water.
They should offer this everywhere.
They should.
Peter, are you gonna get in with us, Peter?
Yes.
Dwayne, maybe when we get back to Elixia, we should open not only our own cantina, but one of these places. Maybe we should learn how this works.
That would be good, yeah.
We could do a double whammy.
bathhouse, cantina sort of double thing. Yeah, that'd be really nice.
Could be.
Oh, we could, it'd be nice if we could have just like a stage for performers to come.
Oh, I would leave that to you. You are
Maybe a library too, since we always have a writer. Maybe a little library to just.
Oh yeah, and a nice library, and
I don't mean to enter. I'm sorry, you guys.
No. Your ideas are always welcome. I will say this: the harpist here is amazing, but Dwynn not only is a writer, but she's a very talented musician as well.
Oh.
No way.
Well,
What-
I come from a place called Salient. Bardic tradition. We basically write history to Bardic prose, and so I know how to sing and play the cruz. It's like a violin, along with a bodhrán and sandpipe and typical fluting. And so, but once you kind of get it down, you can pretty much figure out any instrument. Though I haven't touched any brass ones. That's kind of a new thing.
Amazing, a writer and a musician. That is.
And Peter, are you still standing above just...
I think he has lowered himself to sit on the edge and is kicking his feet in, and that is the extent of it so far.
Are you sure you don't want to come all the way in? This feels fantastic.
It feels very good on
And
my
the water's
feet.
like right up to here.
Can everybody
No,
make me a perception check except Peter?
Dang.
Oh, okay. 11.
19.
19.
17 plus 6. I'm terrible
Ooh.
at math.
22.
So
Thank you.
23.
Vesryn and Cerridwen, both of you, there's like in the water on her legs, there's like a gold green shimmer when she's kicking. It's not like there's anything in there that's golden green. It just, there's like a weird color in the water from around her there. Maybe it's the illusion, like interacting weird with the water. Who knows?
Interesting. I kind of look at Dwyn to see if she notices as well.
Like eye contact with you, and then like look back at the feet and.
You don't notice this?
I'll give you a perception check on them.
16. Wait, is that a 16 or a 19? 16 plus 8 or plus 2, 18. Math is not.
Yeah, they're looking at you really funny all of a sudden, and not looking up at your face, but looking into the water at where you're kicking. And when you look down, you see not the old man legs.
You're shitting me. And I jump into the water.
Okay. You jump into the water.
Can you please not? That's
When he goes into the
Is
water,
it washing off, or is it just like only if I am in the water?
in the water, Peter doesn't look like an old man. Looks a little differently. Would you like to describe how you look under the water?
Yeah, I would love to. So you see a youngish androgynous person. You can't quite tell age or gender, but they do have green, like primarily green, glossy skin that looks, hard as a rock. And it is plated in certain places with gold, just gold plating. And they have like gold eyes and, or I guess like gold corneas and like green eyes and long silken black hair that's kind of pulled up in a half bun. And they look completely different, not an old man at all. And they also look about as delighted as their facial features can allow them to look.
And the door opens, and this big woman, big breasts, a big dress wrapped around her, just gorgeous and strong, walks in, eyeshadow, like makeup like you've never seen. And she looks down at all of you and goes, Vesryn, Cerridwen, you're welcome. And she closes the door and heads out.
Oh.
Was that Mama Bardusa?
Yes, it was Mama Bardusa.
I can explain.
Oh, please. I
would love to hear it.
To be fair, I don't know if your name is really Peter, but we were kind of suspicious for some time. And earlier
Really?
I detected illusion magic on you. So
When
feel
did
free.
you catch on? Because I really need to know how long I had to do that voice.
When you bumped into us?
Damn.
Yeah. I was suspicious when you ran into us right after the house.
Yes.
Oh,
So,
Why are you following
what is your name? Are you associated with people that attacked us the other night?
What? No, that was completely random.
Inside.
Yeah, inside as well.
Roll it.
Simply just
I don't-
enjoying it
I
as the
don't
story
know.
unfolds. Simply just
Every time I roll inside, I roll like...
Drama.
Every time I roll inside, I roll low. I roll a 5 plus... So 9 total for my insight.
Cerridwen, can you save it? Cerridwen saves it.
As far as I know, I didn't have anything to do with that when they got attacked.
Well, you don't know whether they were involved, but the person you work for has been known to occasionally send people to attack people.
Yeah.
So she says that, but you're not fully convinced that she knows or believes it, Cerridwen.
Oh, so you work for someone who sometimes hires
Yes.
people.
Yeah. Okay. Well, when you put it that way, yes. Maybe I did.
That's shady. Who do you work
Oh,
for?
we're shady people. You guys jumped out of that burning house. Didn't help.
Oh, we were fighting a demon.
I mean, they do have a point here. I kind of saw myself. You guys kind of come out of there, so.
There was a burning house?
Yeah.
Well,
Actually, pretty sure you set it on fire.
I did set it on fire, proudly. The creature that owned that house,
An arsonist.
if no, not. I only destroy things that are evil. That house held many dead bodies and people that were tortured by a demon, a succubus.
Hey,
To be
insight
more
check that.
And Morkant raises his hands
Yeah, I'm looking directly at Morkant now, just like,
and he goes, "This is Desus, and I want you to know that she's going to replace me because I've been recalled back to Elixia."
What?
And it
There's a lot of information
seems
going on here.
it seems that this is a very rough introduction for somebody walking into a bathhouse and being told they may be in conflict with demons and other creatures of ill will. My apologies, Desus. I didn't get into detail yet. I didn't.
yeah, it would have been at least nice to know.
I was going to tell you.
I hope so.
So, at this point, we'll get back to you, Peter, but I will explain, and I will go into more detail, but I will basically tell you all that my family is in charge of the island of Elixia, and I will briefly talk about what we think the Ascensions are, how we got involved in this, that there was a demon on the island that was corrupting not only different people, but my family itself, and that we then found out that, well, unless Dawn wants to talk about her son, I won't bring her son into it right off the bat, but I will say that we decided to come here looking for people that were on the list that this demon was looking for, which led us in some ways to here, and we found out that one of the demons associated with the demon that we defeated, Talbames, was causing problems here. And so we hunted her down, which I believe, Hipley, she might be associated with the book that was stolen from you, or from your employer. And I may or may not know what that is. We can talk about that in a moment.
We should talk about that now. That's pretty
Well,
important.
I would
think
like to-
Everything else can kind of wait. I mean,
Well, I would like to know who Peter really is, who Peter
okay,
works
who
for.
Peter is. This is the book we're talking. Okay.
Yeah, I'm more interested in
Well,
the book,
before-
actually.
Why are you interested in
See?
the book?
What are you?
For no reason in particular. Just,
Well, see, I don't know who you are. You followed us around.
my name is Jada. You could call me Jada.
Actually, are you working with? I'm going to say the person's name. What was her name? Because she went to the house.
Sophia?
Yeah, Sophia. Are you working?
Sophia.
Safia.
Yeah, Safia. Sorry,
Safia. So I'm gonna look at them. Are you working for Safia? Because
Do
if you
I-
are,
do I
I'm
know
doing
that
look
name?
back.
You do. You've heard that name. You don't know why, but you know that the person you work for has mentioned it.
Safia. No, I don't know who
You
that is.
said something earlier. My friend Morcott pointed it out. Do you work for Char by chance?
Oh, how did you know?
You said something about your employer having a black thumb,
Ah, yeah.
which Morcott picked up on
Ugly-ish.
quite well.
Very ugly.
Which I will miss, Morcott, when you leave us. You have a very good, keen sense.
Sure.
So
I was sent.
Char.
Yeah, I was sent here by Char to get this book. Can I have it, please, so I can
no,
go
you
back
can't,
and get my
no,
body?
No, you know how this book does not belong to you. You do not purchase
Apparently
this book.
doesn't belong
So-
to any of you either.
Yeah, actually, okay now. Actually, it does, because Donna's she's the owner of this book, and she actually got it legally, okay? So you can tell your little friend, Chard, or whatever, that the book is meant to where it belongs.
I would
so.
be careful with Char, Hibley. From what we know, Char is a powerful hag.
I don't care if Chard is a hack. I mean, I've
No,
never
hag. A very powerful
Hag. With a G.
hag. A sorceress of sorts. A spellcaster who can put hexes and curses and all kinds of nasty things on you.
She transformed.
Super
I mean,
annoying.
she put on an active and illusion. She put on.
Well, then
I'm
she's
assuming
definitely
she
not
put
getting the
active
book.
illusion on.
Well, then you can tell them they're definitely getting the book, because it should never fall into hands like that, so they are definitely not getting it.
That is not going to work for me.
Oh, it is going to work, okay?
No,
it's
it's
going
not.
to have to work.
First off, I don't know who deserves this book, and this book might have ties to my island itself. There are people who are being taken into another realm, and this book may be the key to that.
Okay.
So
Well, I'm sure we'll let you definitely
my
look at it.
mother
Once
was
we get it
taken.
back, I'm sure we'll definitely let
Good
you
for
use
you.
it for a good cause.
good for
So-
me. My mother might be tormented and killed, and you are worried about a book for a hag.
Oh, no, I'm not worried about the book. I'm worried about my body. I want my body back. I do not want to be Peter for my whole freaking life.
I could try to potentially dispel the magic on you. I don't know if I can.
Could you?
But I would need a night's
That's
rest,
why you're
and I
working
can
for
make it
Char.
a
She promised to restore your body.
Oh, no. She just did this when we came out into the town.
Well,
I've been
I
like
mean-
this for, like, weeks.
So this isn't your original form.
This. Green. Gold.
So if Char is this evil hag, and they're working for Char, I mean, I'm not trying to, say anyone's like evil or anything, but I mean, if
I
they're
don't know
working
if Char's
for,
evil.
okay, well,
She's
the way you made it
annoying.
sound, it did not
I
sound
just,
like they were.
I said she's a powerful hag.
Okay.
That's all I said. I don't know Char.
Terrible
We actually are looking for.
conversationalist.
We are actually looking to meet with Char personally as well.
Oh, then I'll just take you to her, and you can give her the book, and then we
No,
don't have to worry about this anyway.
no one's getting the book. Okay, so let's settle down a little bit. So,
I
Why
would
don't we
like to.
Why don't we just
Go
make
ahead.
a copy of the book?
say again.
Why don't we just make another copy of the book?
Make another copy. This is additions. Come on, you know it's a rarity. You can't just make a copy. It's not the same.
Well, we have three very talented academics here that perhaps the three of
Yes,
us
but
together can.
But every edition is special. Don't you understand? You can't. Just
I'm not worried about
make
that. I'm more worried about the information that's hidden inside the book.
Yeah, I mean, you can have the original book back and just have a copy of it.
Oh, okay. Yeah.
What
Sure,
about,
that's
do I get the copy?
We can make maybe
we
we
can
can make
make
two
more
copies.
than one.
sure. You can have the coffee. Sure.
Okay,
That's-
whatever. As long as I get the book. A book. Any book at this point.
So, our newest friend here, and apparently replacement for Morgant, you've been quiet while we debated this book.
Yeah. I have no idea what's going on. You
I
guys
don't
are
think any
chaotic
of us
mess.
do.
Oh, hurtful.
And Morgan is no more than the lunatics.
Oh, yeah, that, right. But I like it. It's fine. Yeah, I'm here as a last minute kind of, fate, moons aligned, the currents seem to take me to you guys, and I guess I'm just gonna help you. I got
You're
nothing
part of
else
the- you're
going
part of
on.
the
Go with the
story.
flow kind of individual. I like you.
Yes, the flow. And then you see some of her freckles kind of glow white as she gets excited. And just a little bit with her hands. As she says flow, the water in the pool kind of flows as they shape water a little bit.
By the way, when I said earlier about the demon, I hope I did not offend you in any sense. I don't know your heritage, but I did not mean any.
Oh, no, it's fine. Yeah, I'm just a tiefling, half high elf. We're good.
No,
You've never heard of that. You didn't even know that happened.
That is interesting. So you're part elf.
Yes, though I never met my mother. She disappeared when I was a baby. Dad said she went away.
Well, Dwayne, we have quite a gathering of individuals here in this.
We certainly do.
We have an individual who's come all the way here for a book that was stolen by the demon that we just fought and kind of burned down her house. We have I don't know what you are, Jada, who is trying to get the same book for Char, who we need to meet. And then we have a high elf tiefling who is a go-with-the-flow kind of gal and has her own mysterious backstory. So,
Yes, you kind of described us all, like, I guess. I mean,
Yeah, it seems
Good job.
Yeah.
well, I tried to simplify things. So, so where are we? We need to see Char for reasons. If Dwayne wants to share,
first,
that's
we
her
need,
choice.
we need to get this book first. So I mean, let's.
Well, the book is secure. And by the way, just so you know, I don't know if you saw, Scott, I sent you something on Discord.
So you guys have the book.
Perhaps. We know where it is. It is secure at this time.
Yeah, okay.
Though I
You
will
don't even
say,
have it on you?
I will say, if the people don't work for your boss, associate, Jada, we did have people try to attack us over this book the other night.
Then maybe you should have given it to them.
They tried to murder us in our sleep.
Yeah.
I don't tend to hand things over to people who just try to kill me.
I guess that's
Hopefully
understandable.
you hand it over to the person it belongs to, though. So I mean, that should be a lot easier.
Well, did you?
Not you.
To be fair, your employer may have owned the book last, but did she acquire it legally?
Yeah. Oh my God. Are you
Do you have
insinuating
proof?
that? Are you insinuating that she? Obviously, we keep records of all the things that we purchased. So yes. Come on. What kind of person
Also-
librarian do you think that I am?
Insight check.
I mean, it's going to be a problem for us
Go for
to
it.
see this proof of purchase.
16.
Yeah, I fully believe that she has a records or everything because that's the kind of person that she is. So
Yeah.
Okay.
The one worry I have, though, is if people went out of their way to try and kill these folks to get it, would those same people go to your, I'm sorry, who do you work for, Tiffany?
Donna.
Donna?
Yes.
What if they end up going to Donna and try and kill her for the book?
Well, it's been there for quite a long time. It's happened before, so that is a good point. But we'll figure it out. We have our methods, so
I mean, that is a valid point.
yes, I'll make sure to be
Yeah.
very. You guys can definitely escort me there. I mean, you guys seem pretty well able, so I'd love if you guys could, once we
Don't
get
you-
it to.
Don't you think it would be wise for us to learn more about this book before we endanger yourself or your employer?
Well, I think my employer already knows about the book, so I'm pretty sure whatever it's choosing before has, released so far has kept it pretty well in the wrap. So
I will tell you this. The individual that came there to take this book from her, the succubus that we fought, if I could show you what she did to people in her home, you'd be a little bit more disturbed at what she might do to you and your employer. And she's still alive. We did not kill her. She was able to escape.
You did
And
all
she-
that, you didn't even kill her?
Well, she's a tricky thing. Succubuses are not easy to kill. Have you ever killed a succubus?
You never had to.
We've killed a couple, as well as a much more powerful demon, and they're not easy.
well, then perfect. You guys can definitely just escort me back on the way then to make sure, if she does come, you guys definitely seem well able.
Dwayne, can you help
Are
me
we
here?
supposed to just stay around forever?
I mean, I would love to have a rider around forever, so I mean, no, but, but obviously not forever. We'll definitely figure something else. I mean, just for a little, at least just escort me back so then we can figure it out ourselves.
Let me ask you this then. If this book held knowledge for me to find a way to save hundreds of people on my island who have been taken to another realm, would you deny me that opportunity to find that out before returning it to your
I
employer?
thought you said you were going to copy it down. I thought we already went through this.
Sure.
You're going to make the copy. So
Well, that's if
no issue.
we're able to. If we are able to. I mean, I will say this. Dwayne, you can confirm. We have studied this book together. Dwayne, how many languages do you know?
8.
She knows 8 languages. I know 3. Together with magic, we were not able to fully piece together what this book tells. And I have abilities, magical abilities, that allow me to read any known language. And even with that, and all of her languages she knows, it's still a mystery to us. So I will say...
Sorry, go on.
I would say that we can definitely attempt to do this, and that's what I want to do, because if we are able to...
We'll definitely need Tahana, because she obviously knows probably, she's had for, I imagine, on time, so maybe she can definitely help you out with that, so... And if she could, I mean, like you said, you need to figure it out, and if she does know, doesn't it kind of make sense for her to maybe... She can definitely help you guys out too, so...
And the door opens, and the old man comes in, and he looks around for a moment, and he goes, Master Aaron Peter, your wife is here to see you. And he steps back and he closes the door. No, they don't let people into the here. She would have to leave here to go see her.
So, just to be completely honest, who is your wife, Char?
Yeah. You're a nerd. You should have figured that out.
Whoa, hurtful again.
I asked because I assumed.
Maybe you need to tone it down with the, with the...
What does this word
mean?
nerd? We don't have that word on Elixia.
No, it's not so many.
Oh.
White slang.
Exhibit A, Exhibit B. And I just point to the both of y'all.
I'll explain the definition of it. So probably I'll explain the definition of them both. Be like, so it means this, and then, which I don't think you guys are. So they are just being really rude right now. I mean, a little bit. Not completely, not totally.
I'm just stating a fact. Anyway, yes, and she's gonna freaking kill me. Or set me outside for another 4 weeks.
How about, would you like for us to accompany you as well?
Well, you want to meet her, don't you?
Twin?
Yeah, we want to meet her.
I would love to know who's trying to steal the book as well. So yes, I'd be down to meet her.
For all we know, there's a chance she might already figure out what's going on with Jada when they walk out of this room. So might as well go together.
I'm like already getting out of the bath. Am I reverting back to
as you dry off? As you dry, you become old man form.
God, why?
Well, he said he can do something about it. Didn't you? I mean, he said he can just do some
Potentially. It would depend on how powerful the spell is on her. I won't know until the morning, until I've rested. After our battle with the succubus, I'm a little bit tapped at the moment in my magical capabilities.
You magic types, okay. Well, I'm sure tomorrow you'll be able to then, hopefully. So you don't need to worry about it. Peter, did you ever... What was your name, Peter? I mean, I'm sorry, did you...
Jada,
sorry.
Jada's way better than Peter.
Jada.
I like Jada better than Peter as well.
Mm.
I think they're both pretty cool names, but yeah, Jada.
Morkan says, I like Aaron.
Of course you do, my friend.
Aaron is a great name, too.
Eslov just goes, ugh.
Okay, so I guess we're meeting this person, so I guess we should, maybe get our robes back on, so...
Eslov says, I'm going to stay in the bath. I don't need to meet this old lady.
All right. Let's go.
Right. I will get up, stretch, prepare in case we have to go into combat, even though I am completely tapped, except for first level spells.
why are you stretching like that? So
You never know who you're going to deal with in this line of work. Which you'll learn about me if you do hang around with me. I'm generally very cautious of everybody I meet after what we went through on our home. So I am always looking at everybody as if they're going to stab me with a knife, either in the back or in the face. So,
well, that's rather unpleasant. Oh, well, okay. I mean, okay.
and you gather yourselves and dry off. When you dry off, Peter looks like Peter again, just an old man, bent a little.
Jada, are you gonna do the voice again?
No. I would rather die. I think I'd actually rather die.
Oh, come on. Just so she thinks she's still in, haven't been found out.
And the door opens, and the old man is there. She's waiting for you in the entry hall. My apologies.
All right, let's go.
There it is.
There it is.
like-
I agree.
Like that was the worst thing.
Not a word, Sonny.
Oh, should we do voices as well? I mean, I'm terrible, but, Oh, maybe not. Okay, we'll get some skill.
And as you're walking, the old man leans into you, Peter, and says, if you have the financial resources, we have the ability to hide you from risky situations. Just so you know. And continues walking with you.
Duly noted.
And you head into the entry foyer. And this old lady that you guys remember is the one selling you fruit and vegetables is in the room. Looks surprised when all of you come through. There you are, dearie. We should be heading home soon.
I'm so sorry, man. Well, we ran into him and we decided to treat him to the back because the fruit you guys gave us was just so delicious.
And she's an old lady, bent but strong. And she's looking at all of you. So, dearie, and she comes over to you and she takes your hand. Did you finish the work in town that I wanted you to do?
Well, I did a good chunk of it, but I'm afraid that I might need the help of our new friends here to finish.
And she stands up, and even though she's bent when she was walking, she stands and rises, and she's no longer bent. And when she stands tall, she's like 6.5, 7 foot tall all of a sudden.
Oh dear.
What do you mean you need the help of your friends? What
They
do
want
you
to meet
mean?
you. They want to meet you. I don't know what.
They wanted to meet your fruit cart wife?
No, Char, we wanted to meet you.
Oh, I'm gonna get it.
It's not Peter's fault here. We just happen to be very good at detective work.
Or my servant is
No, your servant was
not
wonderful.
very good at...
No, your servant was splendid at what they did. But we are on guard. After all, we've been dealing with Talbotese and Sophia.
What did he do? What did he do?
That's not what we need to talk about. You want something. We have questions.
Something that doesn't belong to you, just saying, but...
Hipley wants the same thing you want here, and Hipley's owner owns it. But
You're the librarian. Sophia's
Personal library, but yes, you've heard of me. Maybe. I'll take that as...
we can speak at my home tomorrow evening. Enjoy your time with your friends here.
before you go, and before we speak tomorrow, truthfully, and only truthfully, my friend Dwyn here has one question, and I just need to know if you know.
She kind of like takes a moment and
And as you're taking that, you take that moment, the old lady kind of takes a few steps forward and goes almost nose to nose with you and stares into your eyes and waits for you.
You know where Talisman is.
I will see you tomorrow. And she turns and starts to walk out. Enjoy your time in the bathhouse with your friends. And the door opens. She doesn't really touch the doorknob. It just opens. And she leaves. And this is where we'll break.
I hate
I'm in trouble.
Trouble with the wife.
She was doing women stuff.
Sleeping
She was doing
on.
wife. She was doing
I
wife
don't know
stuff.
what wife stuff is. I'm always out of town.
Wifey
But she does
things.
Wifey, just wifey.
white things. Oh.
To be fair, I don't think that Jada knows gender roles either.
Yeah.
So
No, not at all.
no clue.
White things.
I love when
White
you say
things.
There are white things.
You know what's funny is, as a husband, if I was to say that, I'd probably get kicked in the nads. So.
Deservedly so.
Deservedly.
Yeah, 100%. I can say it, and Jada can say it. Nobody else can.
Yeah. No
It's
saying
fine.
it.
I'm sleeping on the couch.
Yeah. That was a lot of fun. Thank you, everybody in chat. We will see you next Tuesday when they
That was
get
a
to
blast.
go and have fun with just an old lady who sells fruit.
Yeah.
Yeah.
No big deal.
Oh man.
No,
That
grab
Yeah.
a pomegranate.
Get my
fresh
book back.
orange.
You're getting your book back. And the good
I
thing
love
is,
how
it's-
everybody wants this book.
Yeah. Everyone
My
wants
book, well, our book, so yes.
and what's really amazing, it's not even magical. That's the best part. It's not even
Yeah.
a magical
Hey,
book.
every book is magical, okay? Every book. The real magic lies.
Oh,
Take a look. It's in a book. Reading
reading.
Rainbow.
The real
Yeah.
magic is the friends we made along the way.
That's
Oh my,
right.
That
my
too,
God.
that too.
we didn't even take a break tonight. I forgot.
No.
Played right on through.
Hey, we're taking a
I've been
break
holding it.
now.
I've been
Yeah.
holding it.
It was too good to not, like, there was, like, it was, I don't know. I was
Yeah,
too
I
into
can't
not
step
to want to
away.
take it, so.
All right, so
I looked up at the clock like 10 minutes ago. I was like, holy crap. It's
I
already
know.
this-
I was
Yeah.
like, whoa, this is,
I
hey,
can
that's
keep
a-
going.
Me too. That's a
Yeah.
sign that it was going pretty well, though.
My usual games run for like 6 hours, so
Oh,
I'm
God.
like, I'm like,
Yeah.
Oh, no.
yeah, I can run all night too, but the problem is the streams get just too weighty to deal with for YouTube. So I mean, also I think 6 hours is a long time for everyone to sit.
Yeah, no,
on
I
their
wouldn't.
butt.
I wouldn't ask anybody to do that. We
Although
take,
I
like,
don't.
4 or 5 breaks.
Yeah. All right. Well, stay on Zoom before we go. We'll have a few moments. Bye, everybody. We'll see you next week. Thank you for showing. Join.
Watching.
Make sure you follow here and on Twitter. Maybe you can win those dice and other stuff. Good night, everybody.
Good
See you next week.
Good night.
Peace out.